In this video, we're setting up the Windows app so it opens an AVD remote desktop or remote app right away, skipping the initial connection page. Hey everyone, I'm Travis. Welcome back. In my last video, we created direct links to AVD using web links. That's great for sharing in an email or embedding in a web page, but it relies on the web version of the Windows app, and that's got a few limitations. So today, we're doing something similar with the full Windows app client. Before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and share with a friend. It really helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it. Check out my Udemy courses, links are in the description below, and a big thanks to all my channel members for your support. All right, back to it. The Windows app is great for accessing AVD and Windows 365 desktops and apps, but sometimes you want to give users a direct connection. Maybe you want a shortcut on the desktop or an app that launches right after login. Sure, you can use a web link that goes straight to the remote app or desktop, but that's still the web client, and it's not as powerful as the full Windows client. Here's the cool part. We can launch a specific remote desktop or remote app using a Uniform Resource Identifier or URI with the Windows app client. The URI tells the client exactly what to open, skipping the initial connection page. So when someone launches the app with the URI, Windows app opens and goes straight to the remote desktop or remote application. They'll log in if needed, and then they're in. Just a heads up, this only works with the Windows app client for Windows version 2.0.804.0 or newer. Other platforms can use the direct launch URL with the web client for similar results. The Windows app uses the MS-AVD URI schema. The required parameters include the resource ID, which is the object ID of the published resource, the username in UPN format, and optionally, we can set it to use multiple monitors or just one. A quick note about usernames, it is required, and the Microsoft examples have the UPN embedded within the URI. That's not very flexible. However, if you're using PowerShell or batch scripts, you can have the user enter it or populate it with their logged in info. I'll show you a couple options a little later. In the demo, we'll build a URI to launch a remote desktop and a remote app. We'll use both PowerShell and batch files as examples. Links to the Microsoft docs and the code used for the examples are in the description below. Let's jump into PowerShell and get started. Here we are in VS Code and PowerShell. We'll start with building a URI to a remote desktop. Before we can use the URI, we need to get the resource ID. We can use PowerShell to find that. We'll start by adding the resource group and application group names for the remote desktop connection. We can get that from the portal. We'll use the get AVD desktop command, passing in the parameters. This example uses splatting to pass in the parameters. Let's highlight and run that block of code. That gives us the object ID for the remote desktop. Let's copy and add that to the command. We only need the resource ID and the user UPN. Let's also update the UPN with a user that has access to the remote desktop. This example calls the Windows 365.exe and passes in the URI we just updated. Let's run that. This example is logging in with a different user, so I have to enter a password. Once I enter the password, it takes me straight to the desktop. That's how we build and run the URI. Let's log out. We have to enter the username in the UPN format. What happens if we leave it off? Let's try to run it again without the UPN. Maybe it will prompt. No, it won't prompt or pass in the logged in user's UPN. It just fails. We need to have a UPN or it won't work. What if we need to use the URI for a lot of people? Do we need to create one for each user? That would not be efficient. Maybe we can use PowerShell to prompt the user to enter their UPN. This example uses the VB interaction class to call an input box. It prompts users to enter their UPN, then uses that in the URI to run the executable. It also uses the optional use multiple monitors parameter. It's set to true. Let's highlight and run that block of code. It asks for the UPN. Let's add that. Once entered, we get the password prompt. This example is not using single sign-on. We'll enter that and we get to the desktop. Great, now we can use PowerShell to prompt for a username. We can log out of that desktop. Next, we'll get the resource ID of a remote application and use that for the next example. Just like before, we need the resource group name and application group name. We can get them from the portal. This time it uses the get AZ WVD application command. Let's select and run that block of code. We'll use notepad.exe for this example. Let's copy the object ID and paste it in the URI to use next. The previous example works, but what if our user's already logged in? They shouldn't need to re-enter their username. For the next example, we'll use the .NET framework to get the UPN of the current logged in user. This way, they don't have to enter their UPN. This is great for shortcuts or if we automatically launch the script for the user. Let's highlight and run that block of code. This time it uses the logged in user to launch the remote application. SSO is enabled, so it doesn't prompt for the password. That launches our application. We can close that and move on. Those examples are great, but what if PowerShell is not available on the client's computer? Next, we'll use a batch file to run the command. This example will prompt for the user's UPN and launch the remote desktop using the resource ID we got earlier. It uses set to prompt the user for the UPN. Let's save the file and run it from the command prompt. It prompts for the email address. That's normally the user's UPN. The message can be changed if needed. And that opens the password prompt and takes us to the desktop. We can log out again. That worked well, but some users may be intimidated with entering information at a command prompt. In this next and final example, we use VBScript to create an input box for the UPN. This time it's opening the remote application. Like before, it's using the user input as the UPN for the Windows 365 URI. Let's run that next. Now we get a nice text box to enter the UPN. Once we enter that, it launches the application. That was a few different examples of how to use a URI to launch directly to a remote desktop or application. It gives us a lot of flexibility to take users directly to the resource they need to access. I hope this helps you better understand how to launch straight to the remote app or remote desktop with the Windows app. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.